hated the way I sound, right? And I used to try to change myself and talk proper and do this other stuff. Well, I do. I know how to do that. I mean, yeah. But at the end of the day, that's not the essence of who Tina is. I will break grammar and speak SAT all in the same sentence.
Exactly.
Okay. And so I remember the first time I went inside the store and I was on one aisle and I was with my children and we were shopping. And I said, "Oh, go over to the vet's aisle and I want you to get this, that, and third. You know, telling your children what to get so you can get out the store." And someone said, "Is that Honey Pop? Wait, is that Tina? Wait." And they came over like, "Oh my God, can I have your autograph?" I was like, what?
Yeah.
You know, so you don't really, when you're a small town and you don't really think too much of it because, you know, a lot of people know each other. But then when you start seeing people start gravitating towards you, you start saying, wait a minute, I am making an impact.
That's right.
And people watching.
People are paying
And
attention.
so then there's somebody, she from my town.
That's right.
And I'm like, okay, nah, because years ago, y'all ain't know, yeah.
Right.
But we ain't gonna go there. But you know, it's good. It has its ups and downs like with anything, but I'm appreciative.
I you know, the thing about it is I always, because I'm from Atlanta, born and raised. So it's always like for us, everybody here we all celebrities. Like, so that's why I always ask when our guests are from other states or other, you know, other places, I always have to ask because here we don't walk around with security. Like you'll go anywhere and see T.I. You'll go anywhere and see the, you know, people that are popular, and it's just what it is. But a lot of times when you hear about the bad experiences or they didn't sign my autograph, or they didn't do this, it's usually from someone out of town not really understanding that it's not really like that here. Like that, because it's a plenty. Like we go to the restaurant and we'll see any and everybody. Like Candy and them literally come to their restaurants and cook. Like they're actually active. So when people have those experiences, we're like, oh wow, yeah, it don't hit us like it would somebody else, because we're like, dang, yeah, they caught them at a bad time. You know what I'm saying? Like they was stressed out. They were bartending because, you know, they got a whole restaurant and the bartender called in. So, you know, like it's kind of a situation like that. So for us, that's why I asked, like, do people recognize you? Do they, like,
they do,
you know?
They do, but they're usually real nice.
That's good.
But I notice now I'm starting to shift a little bit more because I used to put my kids on social media a lot, and they got to the point saying, "Ooh, mama, don't put me on social media. I want to still have my life." And my mom and dad's like,
because
wait
they
a minute,
do know.
Wait a minute, don't put me on social media anymore. You ain't your husband, Curtis. Y'all can be on social media. We want to still be able to move around like we like.
Right.
So, apples and oranges.
So when I know you spoke about having one of your children being autistic, and I know, like I said, for us, it's common for us. So we don't, you know, certain things are just, you know. So when you decided to homeschool, is that your child that you decided to homeschool first, or?
Actually, that wasn't the reason why I started the homeschool.
What was the reason?
Because my son is he's high functional autistic.
Cool.
Okay. And so the reason why is because my child was medical sensitive. So he stayed sick all the time. And so it was suggested to me that I should homeschool. Now, being an educator, because I'm certified in special needs education. Really? I went to school for early childhood development. So I can identify with Shay because I wanted to be with the little boo-boos too. And I was. But they keep you sick. Right. All the time.
True.
Okay. And so what happened with me, I just I finally had I needed to do it for my son at that point. He was doing really great in school at that point, but I had to do it for him because medical. He was beginning to be antibiotics wouldn't work because they're giving it to him too much, and it was just it was a very stressful time. Okay. And so I have 2 children. And I pulled both out at the same time because I didn't want to leave one in and one out. And my daughter is the oldest. My son is the baby.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't think so because he's 16 and like 6'2".
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what size shoe does he wear?
A 12.
Girl.
Yes.
I'd rather feed him.
Right. I was thinking that too.
why. And then I was that person that worked in the public school system, what they call a behavior specialist. So I'll be the one coming in with case managers and helping children work through their emotions, and also working with the parents to find uh, resources and making sure that we get to the ground root of why the child is acting out. And so it I don't know why, but I never saw myself as a homeschooler, but I got thrust into it. And that's pretty much how it happened. I had experience, I already been doing it. So I just helped other parents flip from public to homeschool because they already knew who I was and what I was doing anyway.
Right. I can be honest with you. Yeah, I had 2 kids that were diagnosed with the behavior problems, and homeschool never came up. Ever. So I applaud you because I promise. I was like, so do I need to quit my job, step back to school? Like, what I need to do? I'm here. Hey, I'm going to help you. Whatever the teacher needed, I will write down. You say you need some more pencils, paper, whatever you need, tablets, whatever you need, I'm here. But homeschooling never crossed my mind because I knew what came with it. I was like, you know what? Like, and that's why I said I promise. I applaud you for that because even with COVID, now I have young adult children. My son, my oldest is 23, my twins are 21, and I have one that's graduating in 2023. And even when COVID hit, no one was in school but the one that's graduating in 2023. And when they said she had to stay at home, I was like, well, who? I was like, well, oh, that part. You, how? What you mean? Who gonna feed you? Yeah. I was like, when do I get y'all sure? And my baby was like, well, mama, I don't want to be here, but we got to figure this out. Yeah. So we literally had to make it comfortable for her because, like homeschooling wasn't our thing. So it was like a whole situation. So I know for you all, it was easy because you've been doing it.
And that's what helped us to birth the Homeschooling Interactive magazine because I'm a consultant too for homeschooling. And so I just couldn't handle all the people that was coming, I need help. They didn't take me seriously at first. Like, you radical. You radical homeschooling. So they're like, oh, Tina, right. Coach T, can you help me? And so pulled together a lot of people that are homeschoolers, educators, university people, pulled together, and we started writing articles about what they needed and put it in the page of the magazine, and also put them in my community. That's 12,000 homeschooling parents.
That's what's up. So how often do you guys publish?
Quarterly now. They want it monthly, but I can't. I just can't.
It's a lot, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm doing a newsletter monthly.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm starting, and monthly.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I think I've changed to quarterly about 3 times in my mind because at first I was pumped. I'm like, okay, every month, and now that I'm in the middle of what I thought would be much easier,
it's not. It's not because life happens.
Yes, and you're expected to produce this. So that's why I asked because I'm thinking more
quarterly is wonderful, but it do come fast.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to enlist other individuals that can help you with the blog, to keep it consistent, and also to help you with if you choose to do a magazine. I would say digital is the best way because you can easily get it out to your people quicker.
Okay.
And that's how we started. But then of course the need got greater and people wanted it in their hands. And so figuring out the mechanics of getting it into their hands and providing digital was a challenge for me. But they've been waiting for like 3 years. They're like, a magazine. I said, no, y'all came up with that idea, not me. So
right. So you gotta wait.
You're gonna wait.
Right.
And so all of that, came about because the world shut down, and my heart hurt when I saw so many people struggling. And I was like, how can I? Because I can't help everybody. Right. So how can I bring together people who have the expertise and put them in one place, and so people can choose, like daycare, who they want to go with.
Right.
Okay.
Which is that was a really good idea though. And a lot of people don't understand, like honestly, to a certain extent, COVID was necessary. And it allowed us because it allowed people to sit down and tap in. You and the things that you learn about your kids and about yourself, your spouse, all that when you like I commend everybody who made it. Honestly.
I stayed open during the pandemic. I didn't
Really?
close.
So you didn't close? See, and I didn't stop working. I was in property management at the time, which I'm still in property management, but it's on the private sector. But I was in the public sector of property management at the time, and I used to tell DJ Lab them all the time how uh, just it was just a lot going on with the kids being at home for whatever reason. Children love me, and I always say because they know a lady with a lot of kids and they see them, so they love me. So my children in the complex, like I almost started a daycare because they would come to the door, knock on the door. Miss Donna, we know you in there talking through the little slide on the door. Miss Donna, you don't hear us, and I'm like, what y'all need? You know, like to get away from here. You got a popsicle, I got you. Like anything that they needed when I learned their needs, I would just go to the store, have it there, and they love that. So outside of having to teach them anything, like, cause they were tired of sitting in the house. They on a computer. That was one time I could honestly say they were tired of the computers and the handsets, all of that stuff. They wanted to be outside. So we utilized that time, and it was just an awesome experience. Now, with your background being in being a behavior specialist, and you wanting to tap into the the mental health, the psychological realm of things, you guys will work together to make some things happen, or how does that go?
Well, this is our first time meeting each other.
Okay.
But as far as myself, I dealt with like a lot of childhood issues growing up.
Okay.
That affected me up until probably like I was 30 years old. And I basically had to go see a therapist in order to unpack a lot of that hurt and that trauma. Because I'm one of those kind of people, I have like a wall up. And even though people are good to me or whatever the case may be, I still don't let people in like that because I'm always like, what are you trying to get? You know what I'm saying?
Are you a Scorpio?
No. I am a Virgo.
Even worse. Okay, keep going.
Right. Keep going. Virgo's the hardest time. But we good people.
Y'all are very good people. But that is you guys overthink everything.
That is true. And I am an overthinker. Even up to where I am now, I still overthink a lot. Even when it comes to like my photography and my work and stuff like that, I'm always overthinking like how can that is true. How can this be better than the last time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in a way, it has propelled me to be the person that I am today. So a lot of the hurt, a lot of the pain, of course it hurt when I had to go through it and I had to unpack it, but I can look back now and be grateful and be thankful that unfortunately I had to go through that because you know sometimes you have to grow through your pain.
Absolutely. Your experiences are what actually build your character. And it's all about perspective, honestly. And your perspective is right. Because apparently you wanted to be better. You wanted to do better because you did reach out and want therapy. And regardless of how traumatized you are or how traumatized you don't think you are, it's kind of weird how things work because your romantic relationships bring out all of that.
Absolutely.
They allow you to know what you done been through, and they remind you all the time. And until you work at it or work through it or grow through it, you'll keep repeating it. And it's like, okay, at this point, I got the lesson, Lord. I got it.
But he gonna still send you another lesson.
Hey, you gonna get another one. You gotta get another round. I don't know if you really got it. Let me give you one more round to seal the deal.
But I tell everybody, as far as like self-care and mental health, it's an ongoing journey. It's
Absolutely.
an ongoing process. Like it's not something that you're just gonna eventually, you know what I'm saying, like get over. It's things that I'm still learning up to this day. And it's making me, and that's why I always tell people, like, especially in the era that we're in now, take care of your mental health. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times we give to people. And it's okay to not be able to be that vessel for other people and just pour into yourself. Because you can't pour everything into everybody and not give nothing to yourself.
You cannot pour out of an empty cup. And I always stress that. Like, you can't pour out of an empty cup. And it's okay. See, the thing that I've now I'm raising a Virgo. I have a Virgo brother. That's why I know so much about Virgos. So what I have learned is that is something supernatural about you guys, or you all are what you call enablers by nature. So the people that you deal with, you'll unintentionally start to enable them. And then they start to depend on you, and then they get on your nerves because it's like, why are you depending on me? But you set it up for it to happen like that. So you're right. Self-care is
then you feel bad about
very
it. You feel like,
right, right, right.
But I gotta take care of me.
Right, exactly. So that's why it's you're right. Self-care is the goal. Like seriously. Now you guys working together on the I don't know if y'all will work with the youth, but I think that would be an awesome team with you going through whatever it is that you've gone through as far as being traumatized as a younger person. You know what it feels like to have to go there, so you know what needs to be said in order to bring it out of the youth. Because right now our youth is in a crisis.
Yes, ma'am.
They're in a crisis, and it's going to take everybody. Like I told you, I have young adults. I don't even have I don't have a kid in the game, but guess what? I have to live around them. They are part of my community. I want to help them. And for me, my goal is to start at the parents. And for people like you guys with the, that specialize in these, in the behavior area for them and being in that arena already, you guys have an opportunity to start at the children. And because my main goal for the parents, I raised 4 children with little to no assistance from fathers. So I know what the mind frame can be for a lot of the mothers and the fathers, because there are a lot of fathers out here that's raising children by themselves too. So when I think about the parents, I'm thinking about all spectrums and where they are mentally, and even with you being a stylist and being able to make people look good, because when you look good, you feel good. You can be in a hospital and somebody come braid your hair and take it off the top of your head. You immediately feel better. It's like, okay, somebody cares.
Yeah.
They want to see me look better, and you immediately start feeling better. I don't know if you do makeup or if you know anybody that's to tap into the arena of doing the makeup, but even with makeup, a lot of times people, me personally, I don't wear makeup often, but when I do, I feel so pretty. I be like, oh, yeah, it has that beauty. Because you think about it, and it's like, because me personally, every day I'm running. So I don't get a chance to put on, I don't even get a chance to put on lashes. I don't even know how to do any of that stuff. And I tell people all the time, that's why I take my hair and put it on the dresser. I don't know how to comb hair. God was being real sensitive when he gave me 3 daughters. Because I was like, what I'm going to do with them? But what I later found out was I had them for my mamas. My mama wanted a house full of girls and only had me. And I ain't care about nothing. So when it was time for me to have children, I had her 3 daughters. And she loved to comb their hair. She loved to make them look pretty, put hair bows in their head, all of that stuff. They cried when it was my turn. They used to be like, where Grandma? I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, don't count me out like that. But they knew I didn't know. But I knew that she knew how to make them feel good.
Right.
So I knew, I knew they were going to have a good day. When they went to school with their hair looking all pretty, it was going to be a good day. So that's why that was one of the main things that I always kept in mind. If you look pretty, if you look pretty, it's some ways you're gonna act.
And I say that about kids now. My daughter, she's at the age where her appearance is everything. Like I took her hair down, and we were waiting on somebody to braid her hair and everything else, and she was like, "Is she gonna braid it? Yeah, today or not? I can't go rock my hair like this." And she in middle school, so this her first year. So, and I was trying to explain to her like beauty is everything. When you dealing with a young teenager, like literally, and that's why so many of them act out. You think about the cost of living now. A lot of people can't afford to get their kids' hair done, and so that's when I say you bring out that creative part, that therapy through art. You bring out that creativity. Because it's something that made you want to do hair. I don't know if it was, what it was, but it was something that made you want to do hair. And you bring that out of children too. You wanted a certain way, let's figure out how to do it. Because in all honesty, these children watch YouTube and can learn anything. And I'm pretty sure they would love it more if they came to you and said, well, can you show me how to do such and such?
I have had that. I think it's two young ladies Sean, you know one of them. Is her name Cherish?
Mm-hmm.
I think she was about 10, 11 years old, and I used to let her come in the salon and watch me. And so,
She do hair now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so she saw me about, I think it was last year. I think she told you about it too, Sean. It was last year. She said, Jay, I remember you. I remember you used to let me come in my salon in your salon when I was a little girl. And I was like, okay, well, what's your name? And so she told me her name, and I was like, oh, yes. Asked her, what is she doing these days? And she said, I have my license. I have my own salon. She's doing well. She makes good money. And so she was in tears, crying, hugging me and everything, telling me how much she thanked me for letting her come in my salon and just, teach her some things.
That's right. That's right. Because the thing about it is like, because we have a lot of different resources here, that for a lot of different people. But honestly, like I said, our youth is in a crisis, and I think those are some of the things that we could pour into them and allow them to gain confidence that way as well. Because one thing about it, you do somebody hair and they actually like it, and it's like I can do that again.
Happy with my hair.
Seriously, like you wanted to happen again. So what are some of the things that you guys have coming up?
Okay. Go.
You want me to go?
Go first.
So I have my vision board party that is coming up and free birthday party. So my vision board party is on January the 7th in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we also have it on Zoom as well. So I'm more excited because I started creating my vision board parties back when I lost my job. I got laid off my job because I had 3 massive hernias. And yes. So I didn't know what I was going to do as a career.
Okay.
But I knew that, I had left the childcare industry because I was just like over it. And God called me right back to childcare. So I sat down and did a vision board with my daughter. And it started from there. I keep saying to myself, I remember when we was in that 3-bedroom house and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Right.
And my husband was like, I'm going to support you regardless. And I literally started cutting and pasting some words, affirmations on the board, and I put them inside my little small office. And a knock came on my door March 5th, 2015, and the lady said, hey, I'm going on a job interview and I want you to watch my kids. And I'm like, well, I asked God to give me an income. I didn't know it was going to be that fast, So a lady spoke into my life and she was like, everything you ask for in the atmosphere, God listens to you and it comes true. And so I was like, okay. So the lady paid me $250 that day just to watch her kid for her 2 kids that one day. So Tiny Tigers Family Daycare started then. And I branched out with 3 kids. My daughter was the first child and then 2 more kids. And I branched out with 7 children in the month of March. And then April 2015, I manifest also in February, I wanted a bigger house. That was all from a vision board. And I wanted a bigger house, but my credit score was at 545. And my husband had just filed bankruptcy about 2 years ago. But we bought our house in 2015.
Come on now.
So the power, thank you, DJ. So the power of manifestation, I want to teach business owners, successful business owners that we stated today to this evening that you got to believe in yourself. And the first thing you got to do is go reach out for your vision. Like I'm more of a touch feel type of person. So if I want something bad enough, I'm going to go look at it first. I'm going to say, okay, God, is this really meant for me? I'm going to have that wow moment. Like I can visualize myself in this store. I can visualize myself in this Mercedes-Benz if I want it, this Lexus if I want it. I went test drive a Range Rover because that's what I wanted. But God said, we're not. You better than the Range Rover.
Come on now.
You're going to have a driver. So I was like, okay. So then I started having carrying around a pink microphone. And I took a picture of myself with a pink microphone. I called myself Little Oprah's daughter. And I posted on the vision board and I came out with I did my first conference by myself with no support. Like I funded this whole thing by myself. And I put it on my vision board that I'm going to sell out. And I sold out everywhere, but we didn't have as many people in there, but they love everything I was talking about. And I was like, I'm Little Oprah's daughter. Right. And I remember that vision board. So if you're interested in going to the vision board party on January the 7th, you can go purchase your tickets at $47 at letsgoexpress.org. And that is GOEXPRESS.org.
Cool. So you'll be in person and Zoom.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
We bring y'all out. We tired of y'all sitting in that house. Come on in.
Right. And what? One more time. What day is this?
January the 7th.
Okay, January 7th. I'm sorry, I'm writing everything down. And I'm pretty sure you do it on social media too, right?
Yes, we've
promoting
been
it.
promoting it.
Okay, it's good. I'll go back and
Mhm.
we'll, you'll see what we do at Westside Misfits. You'll see. You'll see. So for you, Dr. Ramsey.
Well,
What do you have
I would love to have Jay and the team because I want to hear what they're because I appreciate them being a part of my team, but I want to know more about their dreams even more so because I'm very impressed with all of them. And then I'll close out because this is not about me at the end of the day. It's about the dream team.
That's right.
So let the dream team speak.
Okay.
And then I close out. Go ahead.
Well, J Love, what do you have coming up?
Well, actually, I'm excited to be in Atlanta this weekend. I'm excited. I got my new job that I'll be working starting next week. So that's what I have coming up pretty much. And I'm going to the vision board party.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. I'm ready for it.
Okay.
So that's it for me right now.
Right now, it's all good.
Yeah,
I was just wondering what because the thing about it is it's about to be a new year.
Yeah.
So I just didn't know. And for you, Herman.
Well,
Is Herman your name first of all?
Herman is my name.
Because like everybody's Instagram is not their name, so I just had to make sure. Okay.
Yeah, Herman's my name. I just type visuals by Herman because I'm very visual when it comes to my creativity.
Okay.
And I needed something to pop a little bit more. So, and ever since I changed the visuals by Herman, my business is booming.
Absolutely.
A lot more. But for what I have coming up as of right now is I'm in the process of moving out of my apartment in January. I'll hopefully be moving down here by at least April or May. So that's the goal.
Cool.
I want to be growing my business down here in Atlanta. I'll still be doing things in Chattanooga as well. I'm also in the process of rebranding my whole photography. So a lot of new things will be coming out soon. So make sure y'all tap into @Visuals by Herman on Instagram, Facebook, Herman Purdy Jr. You can see some of the stuff, but I got a lot of new things coming.
I'm looking forward to it because we need some pictures. We need some photography. Yeah, you hear that, Randy? Then
Hey,
well, you're gonna
y'all
take
ain't gonna
some
be
now.
disappointed.
You're
Y'all ain't gonna
gonna
be
take
disappointed.
some this time. So yeah, you want to be incognito, and no, we're not doing that.
But you know
anymore.
what? I be having people say, "Oh, I don't want to take no photos. I don't want to do this." But when they see their photos, they be like, "Oh man, that look good."
Right.
So you say that
I'm
now.
not saying they won't look good. I just don't like. I don't want to take no pictures. Too much work into that.
Yeah, so
Too
but
much movement.
I know we need it though. We need it because yeah, we do.
Memories are everything.
Exactly. Do you see where we got pictures? And that's basically from literally when we these books right here, right? So these are all published by the other owner of our station. It's 3 of us. And her name is Slick 316. You guys get to know her. On social media, she wakes up in the middle of the night, and I mean, she goes crazy on your page. She reposts all of your stuff. She just does this. She's our chief social media officer, right? So, yeah, so that's what she do. But however, she published these books, and in these books, if you guys get a chance to while you're here tonight, you'll get a chance to just kind of see who we've had come through the station and who we've had a chance to interview, and it's a good look. So we definitely know the importance of pictures, but we need some professional pictures.
Shout out to Slick.
That's right, Slick, baby. When I tell y'all, she works this social media. Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better person. And the thing about it is, because a lot of times, like, we enjoy promoting and marketing. That's one of the things that we set out for. And then, of course, we do the independent artists. So our platform is specifically for those reasons. The independent artists, we don't charge to play music. So if you guys have friends that want to send in music, our station is fully functioning. You get your spins count with us, everything is fully functioning. But we don't charge to spin music. So if you guys do music, I don't know. Everybody has some little hidden talents and stuff. You guys know somebody who doesn't, y'all send it to us and we'll put them in on air. Mm-hmm. Yep. And so for the Ramsays. Look, they thought I wasn't coming back.
Yeah, I did.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I write down that. Look, I write down everything. I spin the block. So what do you guys have going on? I know it's a lot, I'm sure. First quarter.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make it short and sweet. I'm an introvert by nature.
Really?
Yes, I am. Especially when I was young, real shy. You can hear me say not one word.
You
But
spoke words in either.
I was just about to say, now I got to get in y'all business. How did you meet Mrs. Brown?
And you said them right.
actually, yes.
And it worked.
It worked.
Actually, I knew Tina since middle school.
Really?
Yes, I knew it since middle school. We started dating in high school.
Oh.
And we've been married 20 years.
That's awesome.
Really? And y'all still looking, girl?
21 this week. Next week, 21.
I love it.
Yeah, and so basically, I like to learn other people, and just we're all different, and we all have experiences, good and bad, and we all judge people not really knowing who they are.
Of course.
Yes.
You know, you see someone at a restaurant and you say, oh, that person is just lazy, this or that. You didn't know that person just got abused and it's just trying to make it. You know, and so I like to tap into that energy just to let people know that they never know what someone's going through.
Absolutely.
And I took up photography to let it be my mouthpiece. So when I take a picture, each picture I want it to mean something, and you look at it and think good, you know, you walk away with something in your head. And now I'm venturing into short films, and I want to have a team around me to have that passion, whereas to show the world something that you know, say, you know what, I'm gonna look at a person like that a little bit different because I see myself and I can relate. You know, and I personally, it was about a month ago, I judged someone and I felt bad about it because I was like, why this child, you know, they're just screaming or this and that, and you know why they can't, you know, keep them still. And it popped in my head. It was a flash. It wasn't long. It was a flash, but then that person said, yeah, it's special needs, this and that. I said, you know what? Why did I have that thought in my head? You know, I got to recharge, reset yourself, because life, people, your energy will tell you, hey, I'm gonna be like this, do like that, and their energy fall on you, and you thinking I'm gonna be like this, do like that, whatever the case. But we have to be grounded. And so a fresh thing that happened yesterday, it wasn't a dream because I wouldn't sleep. It was like a daydream. It was a story popped up. Right, a story popped up in my head, and I wanted to tell a story of drug addiction, but I didn't want to just be a regular story. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna tie color into drug addiction. What if the drug was color, and you lived in a black and white world, and you wanted that if the color was the drug,
Green.
when you get that color, you get that drug, that color, your eyes will see something different. You will see color rainbows and stuff like that. And I told Herman, was it today? Oh yeah, yesterday.
No,
we had
yesterday.
a conversation yesterday, and I told him my story. He's like, man, that's real deep, man. I could see that. I said, yeah, I'm gonna put that to light. And then today we was talking, and a woman was talking to another lady, and she said, yes, color means something. Each color means something. And Herman said, we just had this conversation yesterday. And I said, you know what? It's meant to be. And I'm gonna put this vision on paper, and I'm gonna have a short film about it. So I'm excited about that, and you will see it.
That's what's
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. So because this is so many people's reality. So when it comes to like you said, prejudging, a lot of times you don't know. And a lot of times we will prejudge and it's it takes people like us that check ourselves on it because checking yourself is a skill. A lot of people don't have it. So when we take that accountability and we show other people that we're human, it works. Check yourself. It's okay to check yourself. Then it transfers. It is a type of energy that transfers because if they see you check yourself, guess what they're gonna start doing? Mirroring just that. And it's like, you know what? I saw him, get his other. I have to do that sometime. And the thing about it is, it's all of our realities we do. We have to step back and, like you said, to see a child. I can recall years ago when it was before I even knew a name for because like the word autism didn't come up until like a few years ago.
Yeah.
We didn't have names for nonverbal children and like we didn't have those names. We just knew that's what they were. And we had an experience in CVS. I never forget. It was a little girl. She had to be about 8, and she kept wanting a piece of candy. And her mom was like, "No, you can't have that." For whatever reason, I think it may have been like her allergies or something like that. And the little girl started having a fit. And I remember my youngest daughter went over there to her and was like, ask for something else, like don't do that, ask for something else, maybe you can. So it was like her mom had a whole breakdown in the middle of CVS, y'all. And she was just like, I don't know where you get this baby from because my little girl is spiritually connected to she's a wild one, like you will love her. But she was like, I don't know where you got this little girl from. She said, but I just appreciate because most children mistreat her, because they don't understand that she doesn't talk and they don't understand. And my little girl, because my little girl was just on the floor with her. She was like, no, ask for something else. Maybe you just can't have that. And that's if I recall correctly, that's what her mom said. She couldn't have that specific thing. It wasn't that she couldn't get anything from the store. She couldn't have that specifically. And and she ended up getting something else like a bag of chips or something like that. And I remember if I remember correctly, I remember her mom saying that she had high allergies to a lot of different things. Well, just so happened me and my daughter allergic to everything too. So my baby understood that, but she didn't know that's what she was understanding. That lady was a ball, and she was like, I don't know where you get this baby from, but honey. And I was like, thank you, And when we left out of the store, whatever, and I'm talking to my little girl because she's always been really mature for her age. I was like, what made you tell her? What made you? She was like, I don't know. She was like, I just felt like, because her mom had all this stuff in her bag that she could have something, in the buggy, she could have something, but she just couldn't have that. And I was like, that do make sense. But my grown self, I didn't think about it like that. I'm just like, why is she kicking and screaming?
Yeah.
What? That's what I'm saying. That was my belt. But my baby got in the floor with her, and I was just, and it's when you just gave that, the example, I'm like, yeah, I remember that because I did. I was like, what is the problem? Because when you see children acting out like that, you automatically feel like they just being bad. But honestly, that's the way they communicate. So let's try to figure out something different. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be something a lot of people can relate to. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
All right, and you got to March.
Okay, Mark.
Give me a little rundown. How far you done got?
All right.
All right now. Be up there in South Carolina. I'm like, this fool came for real. I'm here. That short film we talking about. Okay, and for you, Dr. Ramsey?
I just want to say the reason why I want you to go first, I want you to dig deep is because I know the power of words. And so now that you said it and you put it out, it will happen. The only thing that's going to stop it, even you, my love, is you. So now that you know, everything is going to happen. Everything's going to happen. And I'm here to support all of you. So lastly, what do I want, right? Well, what I want actually includes we. Okay. And so, and that's CTR Media Network. I want CTR Media Network to grow to have 100 podcasters. And I want it to cross all 50 states and also internationally, having representation of every country, every person, every genre, so that people can see their representation, because imagery is so important. So they can see it, feel connected, and be impacted, so they can hear and see in their mother tongue, because it will be bilingual. Okay, so if you speak Spanish, we're going to have someone speaking Spanish. If you're from India, you're going to have that native tongue, because the native tongue speak the heart. Okay, and I know the power of words, and so I want this platform to be a positive impact for the entire world and provide resources in a way that makes it like, you remember the old school, it still plays, ETV. So making sure that it's always openly accessible to the world, but also creating opportunities not only for our podcasters to have multiple streams of income, but most importantly, everybody that is a part of the network, whether you're a guest, a sponsor, a supporter, you pull value and you can start walking in your purpose, and you stop the self-doubt, the self-limiting beliefs, to know that that you're here for a purpose, and you're gonna achieve it, and you're gonna be that beacon of light that's gonna start your 1 million. Because the goal is, I teach, or my goal is to teach 100 people, and that 100 teach 1,000, and that 1,000 teach 1,000,000. And then all I have to do is sit back and let God do the rest. So once I get to that 100, I know that I have fulfilled my assignment, and then everybody else gonna do the rest. And it's already happening. And I just sit back and look at all you guys, and I can't cry, because when you said the moment about getting your hair done and getting your makeup done, FYI people, I don't look like this all the time. Okay, let's keep it real. All right, this is the first time I had an MUA. Had someone come over and do my makeup. Shout out to Asia. This is the first time. All right, and I was nervous because I'm sensitive to everything under the sun. And so she did the makeup, and when I saw myself, I was like, wow. I was like, okay, Atlanta Housewives, I can be a friend of the show.
That's
right. TNT, Kenya, I can fit in, girls.
That's right.
And so it made me see myself in different perspectives. And then when Jay customized my piece, baby, made something that wasn't made for me, but she customized it to me. And then everybody else do all this stuff right here. We put everything together. I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Okay, and so I know what you were saying, because I'm that girl.
Yes.
I was like, ooh, she cute.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I never had lashes until today.
Yes.
So I'm just grateful for what God is doing and everybody that's involved. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the producer, because you didn't have to let us come. Right. I mean, you didn't have to open your door, and I'm appreciative for every door that's open. Yes. And I'm appreciative to every door that was closed. That's right. That's right. So, because everybody's so perfect. So thank you for letting us come. And and I already told you guys, I'm not only a supporter, but I'm a fan.
But we
well,
we appreciate you guys too. Like, we really do. Like, I promise you. Yes.
Hi. Coming up on CTR Media, we have the Podcast Revolution magazine that we definitely want to take the time to make sure that y'all are in with a couple pages. So get ready. That is what's upcoming that we're looking forward to, giving more people the opportunity, not just through always the podcast side, but for our, people who want a magazine, like to read and all that kind of stuff.
And that's definitely me. I enjoy reading. I don't watch television and stuff like that, but when it comes to reading, you got me there. I always want to tap in. DJ Lab the same way. He's gonna read, like, our collection of books is crazy, but that's something that we both took a liking to, and so tapping in with it is It's huge for us. So we definitely look forward to that. So if you are a podcast and you wanted to join CTR Media Network, what is a way to join like are there certain things that you have to do or certain criteria?
Well, they just go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we are taking active podcasters as well as individuals who are not currently podcasting. So if you come to the platform and you want to be a podcaster,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not a podcaster yet, you may be going live streaming or maybe be doing nothing at all. We actually have a course that we put you through first.
Ooh.
And then you can actually learn how to do it. And then we actually put you through. And then after everything is done, we add you onto the network. Then we also have the ones who are already podcasting, like yourself, that already have a podcast, but maybe you just don't have the promotion or the positioning because and the support in the community.
Okay.
And we also provide coaching. So and I know that this can be a very difficult industry if you don't have support. And so
and discipline.
Yes, and discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And so we provide active monthly coaching to our everybody on our platform, as well as private consultations to help them with customization, to help them with if they want to monetize what they're doing, if they need mindset development, if they're just going through something, we make sure that we have hands on deck to help them, along with branding and marketing. That is not my thing, but we have Sheree Unlimited in the building.
Hey.
Westside,
Yeah.
she gets you together, baby, and she also does the PR, which is crucial for any business owner as well as podcasters. Podcasters fail to realize that you need to go on other people's podcasts as well. Just because you have a podcast, that don't mean you just do on your podcast.
Right.
Look where I'm at.
That's right.
But you got to come to the best like Misfits.
Yeah.
Okay, but you need to be selective. You need to know where to put your fruit at. But I'm just saying, we need to go actively on podcasts as podcasters. So that you can grow and so that you can expand and learn, because you know stuff that I don't know, vice versa.
That's right.
And I'm just want to applaud you guys for what you're doing, because you do it so well. You're making little efforts, and when you go live, I know that the stuff can be glitchy.
Yeah.
But you know what? Y'all come back like, you know how it is. Boo. We're gonna keep it rolling.
Right.
And we do. I mean,
Yeah.
we do. We've experienced some silly stuff, and we can go back and look at it, and we laugh about it now. But we actually needed that stuff to happen so that it wouldn't happen again. Like we needed it to happen because we got the lesson out of it, and it's like, okay, we know we can't do that. can't do that. So it's like you keep a mental note, and it's. I can be honest with you. We started Misfits Radio, and we honestly didn't have a clue about anything. So the things that we've learned, we've tackled it together. Like it's like, you want to try this? Yeah, let's try it. See if it works. So that's why I say, like, you have built a platform for podcasters, and that's why I wanted to know, like, what was some of the criteria to get on you guys' network.
Yeah, they can come
on
CTR.
Yeah, because the thing about the way technology works now, because if they record themselves and then send it in to you guys, do you all edit it at all, or like?
We can.
Okay.
We do have a total podcast production package where we do everything. The only thing that they have to do is just show up. I mean, we're running the engineering in the back. They have commercial slots. We plan the commercials. We're doing everything other than hosting your show.
Okay.
And so then we also have individuals that already have content, but they just don't want to manage it. Okay.
Right.
And so we do it for them. And then you have individuals that just do it. And so we come in and still support, promote on social media, because that's very important. You just don't need to do a podcast. You need to use this in social media.
Absolutely.
And all facets of media. And that's where you need PR.
Yeah.
You can't be going out here doing it yourself.
Yeah.
You need people who know what they're doing, that have relationships that have been built, that you can use that in a way that to position and elevate what you're doing. And you gotta have quality PR, marketing, and branding. It's nowhere around it, because that's what's gonna set you apart from all the rest.
That's right.
I mean, never.
And just to
beautiful mess if you do.
Exactly. I absolutely agree. Like, it's so many different steps to it, but you guys are actually taking taking the stress out of it. So like, because some people just what they want to do is be live on TV, and that's it. And on me, and that's it. So, like, honestly, so people pay for convenience. And y'all said this all I got to do, and then I pay you how much, and then I do that. I'd rather do that, you know. So, yes, yes, Sheree.
I was gonna say the only, criteria I think that she also has is that CTR Media, she try to keep it family friendly,
Okay.
and so it's different, than some of the podcasts. Most podcasts is just unfiltered, right? And that's the standard podcast. But with her, it's a little different because she wants kids. She has kid shows on the network, just like the Edu Station, and different programs like that where the kids are watching too. So it is a difference. It's not just an unfiltered show.
Okay.
Network.
Whereas ours, you can't watch us unless you're 18 or older.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, our
we gotta
YouTube is
feel
set
that.
that way. Like, you
Right.
can't watch it unless you're 18 or older.
Right.
Even on YouTube, I mean, even on our Instagram and Facebook, you can't follow us unless you're 18 or older.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, because the thing about it is because it's so many young, like the influence is real, and we don't want to be a part of it unless you're old enough.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like because our youth once again is in a crisis, and they're having a hard time being able to distinguish what's social media and what's real life, and yeah, we just don't even want to let everybody else.
And that's why
Thank you
I
on that part.
appreciate. I can say this: how we grew up, because don't get me wrong, social media is a great platform to have to be able to grow your business, to grow your brand. But how we grew up, we didn't have all that.
No.
We had
Right.
a chance to go outside. We had to get a chance to actually live and do things.
And hit the pavement with our marketing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right.
Yes,
We
had to actually
dirty.
word of mouth.
Yes.
You had to actually go out here and sell
Get
yourself.
messy.
But
Absolutely.
nowadays,
It's
It's a
it's very much different. And see, for us, it's so much different for us because we had that traditional thing, and then we came into the era. Whereas the children now, they only have that particular era. They only have the technology part. So that's what give us an advantage, and that's what make us the ones that are like breaking these generational curses and all of those things because we had the best of both worlds.
we had
So
dial-up.
our agenda is different.
We had dial-up.
Yeah, like seriously,
Now
like
they just get on the phone.
yeah. So we appreciate the fast Wi-Fi, the internet. Our children and the generations underneath us, they have a different appreciation for it because they were born into it. They had it when they got here, or by the time it was time for them to utilize it, it was there. For us, it wasn't like that. So like once again, so our appreciation is kind of different. And the one thing that I do say about our youth is that they're extremely smart, right? They got access to everything.
Yes.
So when our creator put us in a position to just basically pour into them, we gotta take a chance at it. We got to just try to surround our children and youth with some productivity, with people that's actually doing the right thing. That's even with us getting out here. Once they are 18, we do want to ask, do you want a podcast? Do you want us to show you how to do certain things? Because once again, it's therapy through art. That's why so many podcasts have been born, because it is therapy. You get out there and you can talk about certain things, and you tell, and it works. Like it actually works, and you learn a lot of things about people too when you're able to have a conversation with them.
That's true. And I forgot about one other thing that we actually going to be doing other than the Podcast Revolution magazine as well. So thank you, Sheree, for bringing that up. But we're also going to be launching the Roku, the Amazon Fire, the Apple TV, and the app stuff, because like people watch these streaming TV. So in order for us to make that massive impact, we have to do things in order to make it accessible.
Absolutely.
And so I love what you do because you provide what we don't provide. Okay, and so it peanut butter and jelly, meatballs, and spaghetti. So because we need raw and uncut, we need that unfiltered, and we also need a place where people can leave their children in front of the television, and so we need
and not
both.
worry.
Exactly. So I need you, you need me, and that's why the reason why I love Misfits is because the fact that you're unfiltered. Okay, and so you're like. Your show is like when I go to the family reunion and that great auntie, like, let me tell you, she gonna tell and listen, I know, okay, but see, I come from education too, so I have a lot of parents and children, and so that's why she was just such a. I was like, I need cartoons, but I can't do cartoons.
Right. No, seriously, and I'm gonna give you a prime example, like Grace's Corner. You know how I bumped into that. Honestly, it was the craziest thing. One of my daughters asked me, "Mama, you ever heard of Grace's Corner?" Now, keep in mind, I a young adult. So I was like, "What? No." She was like, "I'm finna send you something." So she sent me something on Instagram, I think it was. And these kids were jamming. And I was like, "Who is this again?" She said, "Mama, this is Grace's Corner." So I'm like, okay. So I'm listening to the beat, the music. Music is a universal language.
Right.
So when I'm listening to this music and I know I can really enjoy it, do you know how many nonverbal children tapping into situations like that and starting to talk and actually communicate? This one particular video that my daughter sent me, that's what the girl was on TikTok talking about how she never heard her son say anything until they tapped into these vibrations with the music, with the with all these high vibrations. So if there's enough room for Grace's Corner.
Yeah, that's how my dad.
Come on now.
Come
on now.
So I actually had created my theme song, All Aboard. So a kid of mine, very English, like they talking about her child was on the spectrum. I said, we go around singing and dancing, and daycare you can't have the TVs on for certain amount of time and this and that. But my daughter put me on Grace's Corner, and we was up there 8. It's for Alpha. Yep. I was like, I can do that. The little boy, he was like, he didn't really talk. He used like he'll do like this, and because we teach sign language a little bit too. And I was like, well, he'll get his words when he feel like it. So when I played that Grace, they go, I'm telling you, I was like, oh, okay, so this is our jump now. So now I put it behind, like when I put my social media photos of my daycare babies on my page, I'm always using something that's pumping up. And a lot of parents like, I didn't even know anything about this. So now we added it inside the education, the suitcases. So in the Let's Go Kids, and now you have Gracie Corner coming to your house.
That's right.
All you gotta do is scan a QR code.
And even with you having the education how do you pronounce it?
The education.
Yeah. Even with you having that is something that you can create that same environment because it's high energy.
Right.
It's high energy. It's children listening and actually, tuning into these beats. You got production.
Yeah.
And this is something, no, seriously, this is something that you can do. This is something you can bring to CTR. And because this is the thing, I don't look at other stations and networks and things like that. I don't look at them as competition, and I think that's something that kind of sets us apart from one another. Because I just honestly feel like we could learn something from each individual. You can learn from anybody, and I always tell people that. So when it comes to things like that, that's something that you could do, and you could be influenced by Grace's Corner.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's your line. You know what I'm saying? It's something different that you're bringing to it, and you set it up, girl. Look here, the power of the tongue is real.
Yes.
So I really do believe in speaking things into existence, and I know that if I felt the way that I felt about something that had Nothing to do with me. I know my ABCs and 1, 2, 3, but I know how good it made me feel. I know education can bring that same energy.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind and get you some beats and just, and creativity. You got a creative mind right here too. So, because one thing about it, most people that do fashion and hair, they do some everything. I had to figure that out too. Y'all a little different. Y'all can tap into many different things, and it's like you got a perfectionist over here to the side too.
Yeah.
Definitely a perfectionist. Let me tell you something. He gonna make sure that it's all the way together. So y'all got a great team, man, and I just look forward to seeing what you guys bring into 2023. So I'll be tapping.
We already in 2023.
I'm telling you. Trust me. When I say so, like with like I told you guys, I bartend as well. I have a bartending company, and my books for the bartending is almost full up until March, and I'm like, people are on it. No, they ain't wait till the last minute. They are.
I tried to
on it.
book her. She was busy.
And it's like, and now I've gotten to a point where I'm like, you know what? So I kind of good in a way, because like I said, I have young adult girls that's interested in it. So now I'm allowing them to take the whole business. Take it and go with it now.
Yes.
Exactly. So
It's a
I do.
legacy.
Every business that I own, I want one of my children to be able to take it, master it, and give exactly what I've been able to give to each one of these businesses the whole time they were little. They've watched it.
Yeah.
They should be able to duplicate it. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So 2023, I look forward to my daughters taking Mix-a-Lot services and running with it. So that's what I'm speaking.
Already done.
That's what I'm speaking.
Already done. It's done.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, because I want to pour more into Misfits Radio and TV.
And you will.
Yes,
CTR will support.
And we'll be supporting you guys too. Was there anybody that you guys wanted to shout out before we went off air?
Shout out to the hood. No.
I will start off, since we always start off right here with the engine right here. So I would shout out my husband, first of all, my biggest supporter, my fan that stuck by me, and my two wonderful kids, and my mom, my great auntie over here, TT. And of course, all my coaches, my financial coach, and of course, one of my biggest fans. Is, I can't say she trucking no more. Look, I know. She my PR manager, my manager. She get me right together. Look, and everybody that's following us on Facebook and social media, go follow us on the Education Station 1 on Instagram, and on Facebook, the Education Station 423. So,
and subscribe to the YouTube.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm doing this now. You got a shout out?
Well, shout out to you, babe. All right, and so shout out to of course, my two children, and also my amazing parents, and every single supporter that has been rocking with my brand as we grew, as we evolved, rebranded, and still stuck true to us. And I'm not gonna cry no more. Wait. Sheree, don't look at me. I was saying, I'm still gonna say she trucking, but most importantly, she rebranded, repositioned herself into one of the largest, yes, I'm putting it there, marketing and branding PR companies on the planet. Sheree Unlimited. Hold up, that's Sheree Unlimited.
Yes.
So, I just want to thank everybody, and I also want to thank everybody that's in this room, including Misfits, and now our amazing dream team, which we're going to be adding on more people soon. This has been an amazing beginning of the ride, and the sky's the limit. So I'm just so grateful and so thankful for everything right now. So shout out to everybody and shout out to the haters.
That's right. We need y'all
So we
to
can motivate us.
We need motivation.
Shout out.
We love you too. And
Nah, I just said that.
it's
It's late. It's late.
I know, right?
It's late. I need some chicken and some fries.
That's right. What you got, y'all? Did you have anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, I like to shout out everyone who's making a positive impact in the world, no matter how big,
Right.
how small. You are
Mhm.
appreciated, and keep doing what you're doing, and things will be all right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Any shout out?
Shout out to my boo. You know who you are. No.
Yeah, wait a minute. Now you know who you are. I'm sorry. I don't know why they took me like that. You sound like me. Is that a name?
Stop, Sean. I'm so blessed. I thank God. I thank God that I'm in my right mind. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful for this very moment, and I'm enjoying the moment. And I'm ready for the ride. Standing, what is it? What they say? 10 toes down.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel that I'm getting stronger and stronger by the day, and with me getting stronger each day, I want to keep a tender heart because I really genuinely love people. Yeah. So love makes the world go round.
Absolutely.
But I want to thank my cousin, Sheree. Thank you so much for pushing me, motivating me, inspiring me. And like I said, I'm ready for the ride.
You gonna make me cry.
I want to piggyback off of Jake and also say I thank God for putting me in my right mind as well. It's been years where I wasn't my best, and to be in this moment where I am now, seeing everything coming to fruition that I have manifested and worked towards, has really been like the ultimate blessing. Like a lot of people don't know like my backstory and the things that I had to come and overcome and everything like that. So to be here in this moment, to be present and to just take all of this in, I'm like very, very grateful for that. I also want to thank CTR Media for allowing me to come on this ride with you guys these past couple of days. I just met them, but it seemed like we just known each other forever. And we meshed well. So I really appreciate them. I thank Sheree. Listen, she the truth. She is the truth. Like she has her hand in everything. It's just to see how she maneuvers and to bring things together. It's like really empowering. So shout out to you, like for real, like shout out to you.
I absolutely agree. One thing that I admire the most about Sheree is that when she sees something in you, you're gonna eventually see it.
Yeah.
You're gonna eventually see it because it's like, I'm gonna keep pushing and nudging. It ain't gonna be overbearing though. It's gonna be. Well, I don't know. Right?
She gonna stay on your neck.
When I say overbearing, it won't be to the point where you'll be like, you'll block. It's gonna be to the point where it's gonna be to the point of, you know what, I might well go and try this. Because I ain't gonna get no rest. Exactly. So it's that kind of requirement. So I felt you when you said it like that. It's that kind of empowerment. It's like, you know what? If she feel like it's gotta be something, it's gotta be there.
Yeah.
She gonna push you to
So
the.
I just
Superman.
absolutely I promise. And I greatly appreciate you. I greatly appreciate you for and I'm very proud of you, Sheree, for stepping out of that box and jumping into this PR movement. We need you here. Know that. And the relationships that you build will be relationships that you'll be able to utilize in every aspect of whatever it is that you're doing. So I look forward to seeing what 2023 and beyond brings to you. And I look forward because I was already inspired by these
Just
big
checking
trucks and all this other stuff that she ran. I was like, girl, you gave them in. You started him on fire. Like, and she was on it, you know. And so I know with this marketing thing, she gonna be on it again.
Yes.
And I look forward to it. Like I'm super duper proud of you. And let me just tell y'all this: when I don't know how often y'all be in Atlanta, but on Sundays, Westside Misfits is the name of our show, and we looking for co-hosts. So we don't expect for anyone. We know how much discipline it takes to actually be a podcast host. But when you all are in the city, if you would like, you can always come on a Sunday and help us host the show. And of course, you know, we'll get in your business just a little bit, just so the people will know who you are.
She's
You
on
know?
Keisha right now.
So
Not a little bit, a lot.
look, you know it. You'll be like, what you hear me? You just say you make me well, and you
Yeah.
because the people they gonna act like they know you.
Mhm.
And like that, like, you remember you did such and such. Like people will hit me up a year later and be like, you know, I've been meaning to tell you, you know, such and such came to see me, such and such, we did this work together. And I'm like, that's what it's about. It's about networking.
It is.
So people that they gonna call you, hey, what you doing? You be like, who it is? Well, I saw you on such and such, and you like, oh, okay. You know, like it's kind of weird how social media make us feel like we know people.
Yeah.
So just be prepared. Like I'm telling you, it make you feel like you know people, especially when you trust the person that you see this person with. It's a different ball game. So I greatly appreciate you guys, and we're going to wrap it up. DJ Lab, you all right?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Sheree, did you want to say something before we got off?
Just want to say thank you to this team for just trusting me.
Yes.
You know, with my vision of just, you know, the power of saying yes. Most people say no to stuff and they miss opportunities, you know. And thank you, Donna, because we've had Dave East on. We've had Micah Nims, T Swin, and now we brought the whole ensemble.
Right.
The host.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm
thank you,
excited.
DJ Lab, as well. And thank y'all for spinning their music as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and look at them now. So I just want to say, oh my God, thank you. Thank you to all of y'all. I love y'all.
Absolutely.
I
We
love
love
y'all.
you too.
We
We love
thank
you
you.
too.
Say thank you, Slick.
Thank you, Slick. You know I love you, girl.
Right. But I tell y'all, it's awesome, man. It's an awesome feeling. Like I said, I look forward to seeing you guys. Whenever I come to South Carolina, I'll be tapping in with you.
Tap on it.
Mhm.
I really need to come to
Chattanooga.
Come down
Chattanooga
there, turn over
sometime soon. I really do. So I want to be tapping in with y'all. Thank you so much for stepping out with us. This is going to wrap up our exclusive interview for Friday night, December the 9th, 2020.
This is the night.
Is it the night?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yes. I'm telling
Happy
you, it's
holidays
not,
to everybody.
It's definitely not playing. Are you guys going out tonight? Oh, you can go ahead and wrap us up.
You good? You got it?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, say next. See you when.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I have a exclusive interview tomorrow as well. Pretty Image. She'll be on at about 5 tomorrow. But just before we go off the air, I just want to give you guys a rundown. So on Tuesdays, actually, let's start from Sundays. On Sundays, at 1:00, we have you How Yet podcast. If you've ever had a chance to tune in, yeah, everybody is on one.
You don't have
But
children.
but
watching
yeah,
this.
definitely don't have your kids in the room. But they have a very awesome show. You just never know what you're gonna get. I mean, they just had some really hot stuff going on last week. But however, they're on every Sunday at 1:00. Then you have the OGs, which is us, the Westside Misfits. We come on at 3:00. And this Sunday we'll actually be bringing in Talk That SHIT TV, the host of that show. Yeah, they have a podcast too, and they're coming in onto our platform just so we could, talk that. Yeah, that. And then on Tuesdays we have the one coming in hosting the Real Westside podcast. If you guys ever wanted to know about the West Side of Atlanta, you tune in on Tuesdays, and the one will give it to you.
He kind of go over the whole.
Yeah, he is. We're from the west side of Atlanta, and so that's kind of like where we come from. But at the same time, we have knowledge about every side. So we bring you the news about old Atlanta and how it comes together as the new Atlanta. My God. But yeah, so on Wednesdays we have the Misfits of Comedy, which there are some comedians. If you guys have any comedians that you would like to come to Atlanta and perform, they are tapped in. They are everywhere. They are performing several nights per week doing comedy. If you guys have somebody, send them their way. They're on every Wednesday at 8. And then on Thursdays we have Poochie, Deontay Burton. We call him Poochie, but he has a show called Changing Lives, and he interchanges his show. One Thursday he's changing lives, and the next one is Mr. Short Dollar. But his whole spiel is about financial literacy. So he gives you the knowledge of how to get these grants. He gives you the everything that you need to make your business what it needs to be. So if you guys tap into his YouTube page, he has a lot of videos telling you how to get money, telling you what you need to do because he does taxes too. He has a tax service. He's been doing taxes over 20 years. So he's definitely fluent in financial literacy and business opportunities, all of that stuff. And then on Fridays, like we are now, we do the exclusive interviews. And on Saturdays we do as well. And we also have Melanation. They're on at 2:00. If you enjoy, as a matter of fact, you had a chance to see them last week.
We did.
They are pro-black.
Pro.
They're pro-black. They're pro-black. Okay.
Separation.
Yeah. They want the whole world.
They want Black Nation.
Yeah, they want Black Nation. They want us to be in our own bubble. But yeah, but they're really good. They bring really good content though, and it allows you to see things from different perspectives. I got one of them on my page right now going crazy because I uploaded something about R. Kelly. He's been waiting for me to reply for like 3 hours now. I won't do it. I just keep saying I'm not reading all of that. Like he's giving me paragraphs. But however, they're on every Saturday. So it's a continuous cycle. Like I said, once again, we have them on every day we have a different podcast on every day of the week. You guys tap in with us, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
We are family. CTR Media Network.
Yeah. Are y'all going out tonight? What y'all got to do tomorrow?
Best in the
Yeah. Okay. So it's how
Join
many
the
days?
team.
Really? It's tomorrow.
CTR.
Oh, really?
Is who
Okay,
we
so how
are.
has it been so far? Y'all like it?
That's the best by far. Whether you're listening at your home, at your job, in your car, and get the information that's needed above par, never lasting. Motivational podcasting, giving you the answer to the questions that you're asking. Serious talks and topics, how to come up and profit, how to better yourself. Yeah, help yourself. We got it. Reaching 350 million in. We in 50 different countries. We all can. Like mine, find your purpose in your assignment. Come get your fix, your feel, your mental alignment. Get active and speak to the masses. Build your influence all levels and all classes. Now you know you can monetize and grow. CTR Media Network. Start the show.
CTR. That's
Media Network. CTR.
Thank y'all for
Media
watching.
Network. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network. CTR is who we are. The Media Network. That's the best by far, you know. CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network.